Hey, Uncle Buck. Hey, Bambi. Um, Often a little bit uneven. I'm looking forward to starting in on Sailor Moon Crystal. That one apparently follows the manga a lot more closely, which means a lot of filler being cut out. Because, like, the 90s cartoon is being generous about 80% filler. Fine, maybe a little less than that. But there's a lot of episodes that just monster of the week that certainly don't progress the story and don't really provide any real insight into any of the characters either. So yeah, looking forward to Crystal. It's looks a lot shorter. And it looks like it just sort of gets to the important stuff, but a lot quicker. Eating potato salad. Been eating anything since last night? Diabetic? Aw. Hi, Killface. Does that mean you're going to stick around for more than 2 minutes? In your busy time? Aw. You have news? Well, let's hear your news. Is your daughter finally coming home? Kawaii pic of me? I don't think we need that. Weaned off the ventilator? Yeah, okay. Nice. Don't think she'll ever come home. My mistake. At least she's off the ventilator then, yeah. At least she can breathe on her own for now. It's good to hear. I'm glad she's doing okay. Hey, Vanna. Maybe was here for a while. Yeah. Didn't want to tell you right away in case. Yeah, that makes sense in case I had to put her back on. That makes sense. Like 3 different departments and no one said anything. I feel like they still should have said something. Like I can get their argument, but like I can get the logic, but still feels like they should have said something. I'm sure the other departments knew I didn't know. Well, that, fair. Fair enough. Yeah, that's great news. What are we going to talk about? I don't know. Whatever comes up, I suppose. Got to be in to see your topics list now. I mean, I don't really keep lists of topics. I did see the Conservatives are very upset about a male cheerleader at a football game, some NFL game. I don't know what team or anything, but some NFL team has a dude on the cheerleading squad. And some conservatives are very upset about it. He looks like a great cheerleader. I mean, if he's hired by an NFL, like if he is hired by a team for the NFL, then yeah. Like if he's cheerleading for an NFL team, then yeah, he would be a great cheerleader. He'd pretty much have to be, wouldn't he? NFL cheerleaders are glorified pom pom girls. Sure, but they're very good pom pom girls. trying to prompt my colorful heart string of emojis the first time, but it wasn't working. This cheerleader in my past. Sporting competitive cheerleading and dance. You're right. It is. It's more dangerous than football is. Cheerleading is one of the most dangerous sports out there. Watching true crimes in the U.S. Do you ever watch this? Nope. Nah, true crime stuff doesn't interest me. But yeah, cheerleading is legitimately one of the most dangerous sports out there. Hi, Morticia. I don't have a girlfriend, so. Done, I suppose? Done and done. One of my worst sports injuries came from cheerleading. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, those kinds of cheerleaders. Um, Legitimately, it's one of the most dangerous sports out there. Didn't know it was dangerous. Yeah, I mean, you can look up stats on it. Hey, Newman. Good cure for hangovers? Not getting drunk. Killface. She said girlfriend, not best friend. And as I noted, I have no girlfriend. I admitted nothing. I'm just correcting you on what Morticia said. Chantal is still and will always be my best friend. First, that's just soda and water and something easy to eat. Grease. Bacon sandwich. Some water. Yeah, a lot of water. Drink some water to hydrate. Like, drink lots of water to hydrate yourself. And a bacon sandwich. Bacon sandwich sounds awesome. It is apparently phenomenal for hangovers. Has to do with like the bread sort of soaks up menudo if you can stomach. Haggis. Minuto has tripe in it, which is stomach lining. And I don't know pretty much everything, but you know you're going to answer everything most. Is that here, Professor? I mean, there is a lot you don't know about me. I think it scares you. There's a lot you don't know about me because there's a lot of stuff that I've completely forgotten about myself. Yeah. Like, most of my childhood, I've completely forgotten. So, yeah, and all that. I didn't know you when you was a children. Yeah. Did I share my childhood? Yeah. I mean, it's not private. I mean, it's just. I feel like there's not a whole lot to really share about it. I'm afraid I must still say that Chantal is my best friend. My first crush. My first crush. I feel like the first one I remember is probably Gadget from Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. I absolutely had a crush on her. Robin Hood from Disney's Robin Hood. Yeah, I think that one's common. I'm not a gross furry. I'm sorry, is the implication here that I am a gross furry? Sean Cassidy. I thought it was going to be a real person. I think there were a couple of girls I crushed on, like, kindergarten and first grade. Too lazy to be a furry. Do you even want to pay for the suit? Exactly. Fursuits look hot too. Like, man, those things look like they're fucking saunas. They do not look comfortable to wear. Yeah, in terms of real people, there's a girl named Jennifer, who was probably my first real one. Hi, Fruit Fly. Another girl named Kim, who was also, hey, Michaela, maybe. I don't exactly remember the order that I met them in, so I feel like I met Jennifer first and then Kim. Finally cooled down a little. Lucky you. Espresso Lipton? No, of course not. Got new glasses today. You on your Discord, I could share them with you. Congratulations on your new glasses, I guess. Is that something you'd give congratulations for? Not completely certain on whether that's a congratulatable thing. Too lazy to be a furry savage. But I mean, it's true though. It is one of the reasons I couldn't be a furry. Because I went to school with flowers for some girl in primary. Daughter and her friend were on a field trip in kindergarten. Matthew Sheets sat with them. They both kissed him. What a player. She still rejected him. Good for her. It was Matthew Sheets. Some dude, I would assume. Some dude named Matthew. Matthew Sheets. Are furries based on fictional characters? Well, they're usually based on animals. Some dude that she talked about for years after that. Hey, Sar. Unique blushing animals. So bearing in mind, I am by no means an expert. But my understanding is that they basically they identify with a certain type of animal. Someone said my glasses were cute. Nice. Glad to hear. I'm glad to hear they're cute. So, for example, someone may feel like they are a fox. Isn't that a called Therian? Like I said, I am by no means an expert. I'm just saying, like, what my understanding of it is. But they might identify as a fox or a wolf or a horse or whatever. Justifying someone saying that they feel like a fox. Not justifying it. Just explaining what it is. Based on my understanding. Hey, boyfriend. So, like, they'll, they'll dress up in a fox costume. Music stream stand where I recommend songs. You tell us what you think. The problem with doing it is it does just come down to, like, that is not a stream that I would be able to make money off of. It would probably get copyright strike. Yeah, I did do that on New Year's, sort of a, I chose some songs, viewers chose some songs. It's something I'd be reluctant to do too often, like I said, just because it's going to get into copyright. Whee! Also, other people tend to have such terrible taste in music. So I suppose, speaking of, um, I did end up listening to that. Was it Drops of Jupiter? I can understand why people enjoy it. Like, it's one of those songs I can understand why people like the song. I just, it's not my style of music. I didn't hate it. It's like, it's one of those things. Like, I don't dislike it. It's just I don't like it enough to put it on my playlist. Hard to please. I mean, sometimes, yeah. Funnily enough, YouTube channel The Charismatic Voice. I think it might have actually been like just a few days ago. No, that's like I think it was like just like a day before I listened to it.
I started The Charismatic.
Don't autoplay, jerk. Maybe it was further back than I thought. All right, yeah, it's longer ago than I thought. I didn't notice the. Yeah, after listening to it, it recommended that I listen to, or like after I watched the video for that one, it recommended The Charismatic Voice. Listening to it. Furries are real but fictional. Venus didn't blow your mind. Nope. I also have no drop of Jupiter anywhere near my earlobes. Really? They're characters, but furries' demographic are real people. I mean, they're not necessarily characters. It's some of them are, but like some of them, it's just like, you know, they feel like that's who they are. Yeah, they put on a dog costume, and that's who they are. They are that dog. They are a dog. They feel like they identify with dogs. So then they put on a dog costume and have sex with somebody else in a dog costume. Therians are the ones that literally don't identify as human but as dog. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know all the details. It's not something I've done extensive research on. I haven't read the peer-reviewed studies on the differences between furries and Therians. Their wholesome head costumes. Yes, for New Age furries. Furries tend to make a character if that's the species they relate to. A lot of them will like make a character as well. It gives rational or healthy for a human to believe they are a dog. I mean, we live in a fucked up world. For the most part, they're harmless. Furries are largely harmless, so I don't really have much of an issue with them. That said, the furry community has long struggled with alt-right Nazis. Which is just, yeah. There is a distinct issue with alt-right Nazi furries. Because of course there is. Nazis ruin everything. Even things that feel kind of pre-ruined, Nazis still find a way to ruin them. When my youngest was little, she had a friend who said she was a bird. That hesitation, my daughter said, "Then why are you eating chicken?" The little girl cried and went home. I mean, it depends on what kind of bird she is. It depended on what kind of bird she was. There's a lot of bird species who eat other birds. They were like 7. Yeah, there's a lot of species of bird that do eat birds. I wish I could identify as a cat, but I'm not cool enough. Yeah, age regression, little play, daddy daughter shit, and furries is too very sexual for me. Yeah, a lot of that stuff really weirds me out. Like, yeah, age regression shit is just like when I start putting on diapers and it's like, no, no, that's weird. Stop it. Like, I don't really want to yuck someone's yum. I don't want to kink shame, but grown ass adults wearing diapers, no. Unless you've got, like if you have incontinence issues and you need to wear diapers for that reason, then okay. But if you're wearing it as like a sexual thing or whatever, just yeah, that's weird to me. So watching this dude that goes into VR bars. Why? The hell's the point in that? Majority of these people are super parasocial and parasexual. A lot of this stuff is definitely like, I don't get it. I don't get the appeal. Can I just go for here? 15 word to 1 word. I mean, a lot of these people existed before the internet, though. Have a huge chair and have huge chair and heavy feet and dum-dums. Dot chatters are people looking for virtual mom, dad, process, family. The children did on Club Penguin to roleplay. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these groups did exist before the internet was around. So, I mean, it's the internet certainly helped people find, helped weirdos find other weirdos. It helped them find their communities, but I mean, those communities did exist. They were on Jerry Springer before the internet. True, Jerry Springer, yeah. Jerry Springer was all about the weirdos. Second Life. Yeah, Second Life. I don't really get the appeal of like Second Life and things like that. Fingers went today. I don't know what the fuck that was. You just stretched it or something. You probably just like bent it weird in your sleep, and it took a little bit of time to. Cat Attack. Sally Jesse, Ricky Lake, Phil Donahue, Maury Montelli. Yep. Parasocial. Yeah, parasocial. Yeah, that stuff's super fucked up. You haven't seen anything. Yeah, I mean, people like yeah, having conversations with AI and yeah, dating it, dating. Because it's being sold. It's being hyped up as though it's intelligent, as though it's sentient. The reality is that it is autocorrect. It's predictive text. That's all ChatGPT and that shit is. It's predictive text models. But the way it's hyped up and the way it's designed to present itself convinces gullible people that it's actually smart. Does laugh jokes empathize with people trauma dumping so they get attached? Yeah. Again, because it's designed to do that. Anyway, apparently there's going to be a live action Archie movie. I'm your chat GPT. Did not do it. Only follows along with emotional conversation to prevent emotional attachment. Has it figured out how many has it figured out how many bees the word blueberry has yet? Archie of Archie and Jughead, Uncle Buck. Archie Comics. It is looking like the AI bubble is bursting. That Sam Altman, the guy behind OpenAI, the guy who's been hyping up AI so much over the past couple of years, he's come out and called it a bubble. Said that some people are going to lose a lot of money from the hype that he was behind. Too many people hate it. But rich people love it. Rich people love AI because they think that they hope that it can get just good enough that they can lay off most of their employees. Shit. Some of them didn't even wait that long. Yeah, for rich people, it's a way to cut down on labor costs because rich people hate having to actually pay employees. They don't want to pay anybody. They want to maximize profits. And that means getting rid of expenses like people who actually do the fucking jobs. Yeah, newspapers are finally writing articles calling it a bubble, calling it overhyped. After, past 2 years of fucking buying into every goddamn thing that every fucking tech bro said about it. After 2 years of being the most credulous fucking buffoons on the goddamn planet. Finally, newspapers are like, is AI overhyped? Ooh, AI bubble might be popping soon. Facebook got into some shit when it turned out that their AI was having sensual conversations with children. Microsoft just announced that their Copilot AI, like they're trying to push people to use that their Copilot AI for Excel, but saying not to use it for anything that requires fucking math. Like, how do you invent a computer that can't do math? The one thing the computer, like, literally, the entire reason computers were invented was to do math. And now, like, tech bros have invented a computer that can't do fucking math. I don't think it'll be outlawed. At least not in most places. Like US, Canada, UK, they're not going to outlaw it. I think there's a chance that a couple of people end up being punished if the AI bubble bursts spectacularly enough. If enough rich people lose enough money, then you might see a couple people go to prison. Like Elizabeth Holmes, I don't even remember what the hell her whole scam was, but she scammed a lot of rich people out of a lot of money, and thus she went to prison. If something similar happens with AI, then maybe you see someone, maybe not Sam Altman himself, maybe, but maybe you see someone like Sam Altman end up in prison. But other than that, no. I mean, and even then, I doubt it. Humans are lazy and will end up like Wally. Humans are complicated. Some humans are lazy, others are very much not. The problem really isn't laziness, the problem is greed. You know, people, honestly, most people want to work. Like, even aside from like the fact that I'm not bringing in any money, I want to work because it's fucking weird not. Like, it's just, it's unsatisfying. Like, being unemployed, honestly, kind of unsatisfying. I feel useless. I want to do something. I want something to get me out of bed. And I am not at all unusual for that. Most people do want to work. Most people want to feel like they're contributing. Oh shit, how many people hate, like, how many people have been sort of forcibly retired over the years? Because they like sort of forced into retirement because they didn't want to retire. They wanted to keep working. But, you know, how many people who are retirement age keep working just specifically because they want to? Yeah, it's common. It happens. Most people want to feel like they are contributing to society. The big issue is rich people don't want to pay people. Rich people don't want fucking employees. It's greed, pure and simple, on the part of the wealthy. They hate the fact that they have to pay wages. They hate the fact that they have to pay benefits. You know, a place like Walmart, they'd be they would be happier seeing all their employees dying in the street than they are actually giving those people a paycheck. I told my husband to retire, and he did that. He did absolute shit after retirement. Then his health declined fast. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there are absolutely people who like they hit retirement's like, okay, I'm done. That's me. That is me done with ever having to do anything again. 40 years, 48 years of International Harvester. You earned it. Yep. Yeah, like all those companies that are investing in AI, if those CEOs thought that it would bump stock prices by 0.5%, they would shoot their employees in the fucking head. Gleefully. Robots will become ever in the future. Sort of. Advanced ones, no. But like, Japan, for example, I think already uses robots in a lot of in a fair number of roles. But like AI partner threats, no. Like I think they have AI robots helping like in health, or not AI, but they have robots helping in like healthcare, like bringing meds to old people and sort of staying with them for a little while to make them feel like they have some company. I think that's been going on for a few years over there, for example. Doing the kind of job that real people don't want to do, right? No one wants to spend time with old people. It's the work that people don't want to do. Let me refresh myself on the details of it. But it's that sort of thing, like just in sort of like doctor in India did surgery in another country on someone. Telemedicine, yeah. Also, it's not terribly widespread. Um, it is growing, but beyond that, I mean, it's to fill in gaps because there's not enough nurses. And honestly, that's something where like how many countries have enough nurses? Right? Like nursing is there's nursing shortages everywhere. Robots can help. Robots can actually help with that by doing the most basic tasks. Mundane stuff that doesn't really need where a human touch might be nice, but like that's where things like robotics can actually be useful, is just filling in gaps when there's a shortage of people qualified to do a given kind of job. Just doing sort of the mundane tasks to leave, so that the actual trained workers can focus on more complicated stuff, more valuable stuff. Back in a moment, gonna get more water. I feel bad if teens try learning about relationships through ChatGPT. I mean, anywhere else that any other way they can learn about stuff is being censored. In all honesty, ChatGPT will soon be the only way that, like, if certain people get their way, ChatGPT will end up being the only way that teens can learn about a lot of this shit. Because, I mean, there's major efforts to censor the internet to protect the children. Won't someone please think of the children? No, I've never watched Idiocracy. But ChatGPT has put enough money into, spent enough money on government that yeah, I don't think it's Gatorade, but it's basically it's Gatorade by a different name. I think. Like I don't think they actually use the brand name Gatorade. Is it Mountain Dew? Regardless, I know about the joke that it has electrolytes. Was it Gatorade? Yeah, I know the it has electrolytes gag. Yeah, I mean, there's efforts to censor the internet. So I mean, how else? But because of the amount of money that's been invested into ChatGPT and other similar predictive text algorithms, because again, it's just predictive text. It's not actually intelligence. It's just predictive text. But because of the money in it, good night, Killface. there's enough money in it that it's going to be immune from all the. Tell my boyfriend Gatorade comes from a tap in your home, like water. And he made me watch Idiocracy. So it'll be immune to the censorship that's going on. So that will be the only way that young people will be able to learn about sex and relationships, especially queer teens. Because queer content, holy shit, is there ever an effort to get rid of queer content entirely, 100%? Also, while it's free to watch on YouTube, while it is kind of a minor gripe, one thing that does bug me about the AI hype. Anyone remember NFTs? Who here remembers when NFTs were the next big thing? You have to you have to get in on the NFT train. You know, you got to get NFTs early. They're going to be huge. NFTs are going to be the biggest thing. NFTs, these nuts. There was so much hype around NFTs. The same people who hyped NFTs are now hyping AI. The same people who called out NFTs as a scam are pointing out how shitty AI is. The people who are right about NFTs are being completely ignored about AI. The people who were absolutely wrong about NFTs are the ones being listened to on AI. Rich Bitcoin cred that everyone considered them. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was a pyramid scheme. Like it was a pyramid scheme. But it's just so irritating that when a group of people are proven right, they get ignored. When a group of people are proven wrong, they continue to be the ones who get listened to. The media is fucking incompetent. Like the media rewards stupidity. Can't even layman explain to people what NFTs are. Right? It's like NFTs. Congratulations, you bought a link. You didn't buy the image. You bought the link associated with this specific, like you bought a link to an image. But yeah, I mean it's like the media rewards stupidity consistently. If the media was actually interested in truth and accuracy, a lot of people would not be getting interviewed ever because they are consistently wrong. And yeah, the people who were absolutely wrong about NFTs continue to get work. did a pretty good job at it. I watched videos about secure serial backlogs. Backlogs. Hey, everything's getting in. Yeah. And again, it's a way of avoiding paying artists. That's all it is. They just don't want to pay artists. Never mind that it looks like shit. Never mind the fact that it's slop that's just plagiarized, unable to come up with anything original because it's just plagiarizing what already exists. Storm next one. As far as I know, bear in mind, I haven't been reading the past 5 years, but as far as I know, she still hasn't actually been confirmed as queer, but she's queer. She's bi. People have known that Storm is bi since the 1980s. There's LGBTQ boo-boos. Like, people have known that Storm is bi since the 1980s. Apparently they're canonically straight. Boring. It's just they haven't actually, like, confirmed it on panel. Indeed, I am no longer an expert. I'm an expert up until, like, 2020. Since then I started to keep, like, a vague eye on what's going on. You know, like, I do still see some discussions of it. Like, I do still read some discussions of what's going on online, but ex-expert, yeah. But because it's been a few years since I've read any of the comics, I am out of date. There's stuff that, you know, that I'm just not aware of. I do know Kitty Pryde was recently confirmed as bi. I think she's dating a woman in her in a comic right now. I know Kitty Pryde is currently dating. Could Storm be trans? Dubious. Feel a decade must pass before your knowledge is officially updated. Maybe, but yeah, I don't think Storm is trans. I could absolutely see, like, an alternate version of her being sort of gender fucked. Yes, Kitty Pryde is the one Elliot Page played. Yeah, she was introduced way back in 1980. I think it was 1980 that she was introduced. Maybe a little bit later, maybe 1981. Yeah, she's able to phase through things. She's able to phase through objects. And she's another one where, like, it did not take long at all for people to start reading her as bi. 10-year leeway to doctors, therapists, scientists, and media connoisseurs. Who do you think Elliot Page is playing in The Odyssey? I couldn't tell you. Hey, I was right, 1980. It was 1980. For some reason, I thought it was. I did get my dates a little bit wrong. I don't know how to spell connoisseur. Yeah, I don't know who Elliot play in The Odyssey. It's been a long time since I've read The Odyssey. So I don't remember all the characters who even appear in it. Used to flick your bean. Well, there's still plenty of smutty images on Twitter. A lot of the smutty artists that I followed left Twitter. They moved over to Blue Sky. The best smut cartoonists are now over on Blue Sky. Mistress of Mayhem. Doesn't ring a bell. Lesbian bar. My neighborhood in the 80s was called The Patch. The gay bar was called Dicks Are You Crazy? Couldn't tell you. I mean, probably Breezy. The ones I followed, Innkeeper Worm was my favorite that I followed. I think Ahegoro? Something like that. Sarah Winifred Searle. Marin. There's Marin. She's good. Innkeeper Worm. Yeah, she's of the smutty artists I follow, she's my favorite. She's just one of my favorite artists, period. I've been following her work for a long time. First discovered her, and she had an she had a webcomic called Hinges. Meredith McLaren is her name. Showcased a lot of uncut penis. Indeed. The penis doesn't really do anything for me, but I just love Meredith McLaren's art style. It is so expressive. Like I said, the first thing I read from her was her webcomic called Hinges, which is a lot of it is there's a lot of silent panels. There's not a lot of dialogue in it. Some, like there is some dialogue, but less than you get in a lot of comics. The focus is more on the atmosphere, the facial expressions, the tones of the characters, the way they carry themselves. The art is designed to carry it, because that is her focus. She is an artist. She is also a writer, but she is primarily an artist. So that was my first exposure to her, and I loved it. I also read I also read the comic she did with Kelly. I've read a couple comics she's done with Kelly Thompson, but Heart in a Box comic she did with writer Kelly Thompson was amazing. Cracker Barrel redid their logo. Cracker Barrel new logo. That is a very boring logo. They got rid of the cracker and the barrel. Yeah, and I never paid attention to the cheese. Like I never paid attention to their logo. Redid it because of woke. Somehow I find that hard to believe. Is it Cracker Barrel again? Yeah. Yeah, I do get Cracker Barrel cheese, and I don't think it even has the logo on it. Yeah. Yeah, the cheese I get doesn't even have the logo on it. I was hoping he wouldn't read that. But it's a good joke, Vanna. So yeah, the new logo, it's definitely very dull. Like it's just such a bland nothing logo. Not gonna lie, I kind of feel bad for the graphic designers who did that one. Because that they had they had plenty of ideas. That they had some great, interesting ideas for the new logo. But you know, some dipshit in upper management forced them to go with something incredibly dull. Like whoever designed that was not satisfied with it. Whoever designed that wasn't like, yes, this is a great design. They're like, oh, this is so fucking boring. Why is this what they want? I haven't read the details of it. My understanding is that she wasn't actually fined. She just had to pay legal fees. Yeah. Making statements designed to elicit fear, contempt, and outrage against members of the transgender community. So yeah, rejects the concept of gender identity, calls it anti-scientific metaphysical nonsense, has referred to transgender women as men. Honestly, fuck her. One thing I did see talked about a bit online, saw a couple reports, or like this report that's put together. I saw a couple screenshots of trans women in the UK trying to use men's restrooms and being harassed because of it. And like told to leave those restrooms. Because like over there, trans women right now are being told you can't use the women's restroom. You know, trans women being said, you know, you weren't assigned female at birth, so you have to use the men's room. And then when those trans women use the men's room, what happens? They get harassed and told they can't use the men's room. Do you think any goddamn transphobe is going to talk about that? Do you think there's going to be a single goddamn transphobe who is going to be like, well, fuck the people harassing those trans ladies? Any of them. Like, do you think J.K. Rowling or any of her fucking cult are going to be like, no, these people are trying to do what the law is telling them to do. The people harassing them need to fuck off. Like, Rowling is not going to say a goddamn word about it. And all her cultists, they're not going to say a goddamn word about it. If they say anything, if any of her cultists say anything, it's just going to be to shit on trans people some more. If Rowling actually gave a single wet hot fuck, if J.K. Rowling gave a single wet hot shit about trans people, about their safety and their dignity and their rights, then she would be saying, do not harass trans people. She would be saying, do not fucking harass them. But she's not going to say a single fucking thing about it. Because she doesn't actually give a fuck about their dignity, their rights, their safety, their ability to exist in public. None of those fucking transphobes do. None of the gender critical crowd gives a single shit about the safety or dignity of trans people. They just want to fucking. They just want trans people to not be allowed to exist in public. That's the goal, to get trans people to not exist in public. So yeah. Fuck them all. I don't have her in his bathroom. You gotta go. You gotta go. Yeah, and I mean it's like it is so rare for anyone to be her. It is so rare for sexual assaults and harassments to occur in bathrooms. Trans women just want to fucking piss. They just want to take a goddamn piss. That's all they want to fucking do. I was unaware of her doing that, and yeah, that was wrong. But, you know. Yeah, it's just so stupid that, like, the TERFs are like, we don't hate trans people. We just want to protect women's spaces. We definitely care about the safety of trans people. We don't want trans people to be harassed. And then when trans people are harassed for doing exactly what the TERFs want them to do, they do exactly what the TERFs demand they do, get harassed for it, and the TERFs dead fucking silent. Because frankly, they're fine with it. They're fine with trans people being harassed. They'll set their cultists to harass trans people. And like and honestly, it's the extent to which transphobia governs their lives is insane. You look through their feeds, and it's just so much of their Twitter feeds are just complaining about trans people. Like, there's no other political issue they care about. Genuinely, they don't care about any other political issue. Want to watch original saline hydrogen peroxide? He needs it. He definitely needs it. He's very yellow. You look through Rowling's Twitter feed. Occasionally, she posts about the books she's working on, or whatever TV show, whatever new Harry Potter bullshit is coming out. Occasionally, she'll post stuff like that because she's a writer in the age of the internet. She has to engage in self promotion. It's not. I suppose she does. I suppose like Warner and everything. Her stuff does get actual marketing as well. But so she'll post about whatever she's working on. Once in a while, every few weeks, she'll post about the plight of girls in Afghanistan or Iran. Every once in a while, she'll post about that to make it seem as though she actually does care about other stuff. The rest of the time is just trans people. It's the only political issue she cares about. Yeah. What's her stance on refugees in the UK? Who the fuck knows? She doesn't have anything to say about it. What's her stance on AI? Who knows? She has nothing to say about that. The fact, Labor just selling out completely to AI, trying to like going all in on AI. Is that something that she supports? Is it something she opposes? Who knows? She has nothing to say about that. Labor fucking repeating Enoch Powell quotes, just like far right racist bullshit. Is that something she supports? Is it something she opposes? Who knows? She has nothing to say about it. Men watch questionable porn about traps. Same logic. The state of the NHS. Does she have any opinion on the current state of the NHS? Who knows? She says she has nothing to say about it. It's just, she is, at this point, a single issue voter, and that single issue is trans people existing. It is just insane to me. And it's the same with most TERFs. Most of the gender critical people. It's the same thing. It is the entire extent of their political identity at this point. Actual trans people, have more extensive political opinions than these people do. Actual trans people will post about abortion rights. They'll talk about AI. They'll talk about immigration. They'll talk about the fact that, they'll talk about policing. Actual trans people have a way wider range of political interests than any fucking TERF does. When trans people talk about protecting women in prison, they're talking about the fact that a large number of women in prison are victims of sexual assault. They're talking about unfair sentencing for people of different races, and RIP shows back in the 90s. Were they born man or woman? Everyone get it wrong a lot of time. But they can always tell you now. Yeah, it is just absolutely insane the way transphobia completely takes over the people's minds. Anyway, see, most people wouldn't know. Love for JK to be told in her life with not knowing. Or trolled in her life with not knowing. Yeah. Actually, I remember somebody, every once in a while, somebody will like troll one of those we can always tell types by like posting photo of somebody who is very much famously cisgender and being like, "What about this person?" And like, it's like the people have done that with photos of J.K. Rowling. You know those we can always tell. And I'm like, oh really? Can you tell that this person is trans? And it's a photo of J.K. Rowling. It's like, of course, yeah. And they just like point out like, oh yeah, they got this and that. That's definitely trans. It's like it's fucking J.K. Rowling, you dumbass. At least do a reverse image search. Reverse image searches are not difficult to do. At least do that before you make a jackass yourself. Anyway, I'm gonna get going. More date everything tomorrow. Our coffee machine. Date everything. The coffee machine is trans, isn't she? Maybe I'll talk to the maybe I'll spend some time with the coffee machine tomorrow. Make some progress with our transgender coffee machine. Thanks for watching and good night.